The sun finally came out, and so did the weed whackers. Word on the street is that we should continue working on the WR250, and the Mini Mayhem can wait. Sorry, Jen.
It's okay, I've been practicing.
Not too bad. This is the original motor. My plan at the end of the last video was to reuse the left side case that still has the crankshaft in it and just replace this broken one with this part from my spare engine. But some of you reminded me that the cases are machined as a matched set. So at the factory, they make sure that all of these holes are lined up perfectly with one another. I don't know what would happen if I just switched one with the other, but since I have both, I'll just use these and get rid of the old ones. So first step is to toss this aside and remove this crankshaft. Do you think I'll get these mixed up?
Yes.
I probably would be okay because I already took the main bearing out of the one I'm going to use, but we'll just say no to this one. Actually, it says on to you, but it also says on, no. So this is the one we should put on, right? So we can take this out. Hopefully it's not in there too tight. Is it coming?
I think so.
And crankshaft is out without incident. Make sure that doesn't fall on the floor. And this is the foundation of the new motor. I've had a week to inspect this, and I think that the transmission in this engine has a little bit more wear than the one that came out of the original motor. If we look at this gear, which I think is third gear, you can see some wear marks. And if we look at the equivalent gear on this cluster, I think it's noticeably smoother. So we're going to replace it. There. So now that this is out, it might be more obvious what I'm talking about. These are wear marks in the transmission I just removed, and on the replacement, it's smooth. See the difference?
I do.
So I don't know if it's worth the trouble. Both transmissions shift, but I thought since I'm in the most innermost of the engine already, I'll put the best parts I can.
It's depressing for me to look at this.
What, the motorcycle chopped up in the garage?
Yes.
Are you saying that you agree with the viewers that yours can be on hold right now?
I do. They made a good choice.
All right, well, I'll try to get this done as quick as I can. Before I put the new transmission in the replacement case, I want to replace this main bearing. This is something I went back and forth with my cheaper side about. Even though it feels all right, it went through a crankshaft failure, so there may be some damage that I just don't notice. New bearings were $40.
You're getting soft in your old age.
I'll bang out the... Oh, I need to make sure I don't drop forge this crankshaft. I'll bang out the bearing now. No problem. And now we'll put in the new one. This is my box of parts. I've got main bearings, a head gasket, and a replacement Kickstarter mechanism that has a full circular gear. And I hope this will be almost all that I need to make the engine right again.
How much did all that cost?
That much. I put it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Later. So the key here is to press this in straight and only put pressure on the outer rim of the bearing. So here we go. Well, that's pretty crooked. I didn't listen to my own key points. I think that's it. Since these bearings don't have oil in them anymore, before I put the transmission in, I'll replenish them with gear oil. So now all of this should theoretically go in here, but I need 10 fingers more than I have.
Do you know what you're doing?
Came out nice and easy.
Oh.
Take two on that. That doesn't look right.
It is not.
I'm going to try to put in just the gears and the shift drum later on. The way this transmission works is it makes you want to throw things. Closer, closer, closer.
I have a good feeling about this one.
That might be it. Yes.
How about your drum?
You know that sound.
I do.
I know you know that sound. Watch it from the back. That's it, right there. Transmission is installed, and it's the one I meant to put in there. I made sure to put the other one way over there before we started. Time to put in the crankshaft. That's starting to look like an engine. We're almost ready to get the other case on here. I've already pounded in the new main bearing. I just need to put some sealant around this edge and see if it goes together.
You want me to get the rubber mallet?
No, don't tempt me. I'm going to try really hard not to hit it. It moved a little bit. There, something. I felt something.
Was it the feeling of something breaking? Oh!
There it is. Okay, they are together, and this still spins nicely. The crankshaft spins. I'll get some bolts in it. Wrong one.
I didn't know they were specific.
Most of them are the same. The case bolts are tightened down, and I went inside to check the video just to make sure I installed these two locating pins and this oil passageway. And when I was watching that video, I also noticed that there are numbers on the bottom of this motor that match on both cases, which makes me feel really confident that when these parts were made, they were manufactured for each other only. So I'm really happy we did it this way. And we've got the same situation on the original motor. Matching numbers for the left and right side cases. So we've got an assembled lower end. It'll be pretty easy from this point. I've got a few more parts to put on the left side, then we'll flip it over. Wow, haven't seen you for a while.
It's because you spend all your time in the garage.
Not you, this side of the motor. So I'm going to put this together rather quickly.
Did you see the tooth on this?
Huh?
Right.
Ooh, on the idler gear. Good eye on that. I might have a replacement over in my spare parts here. No. Oh dear. Wait. There. Can you tell the difference?
I can.
I'm glad you noticed that. We don't just have one chipped tooth. Many of these are damaged. I wonder if this is what was causing all that racket when we started it up last time.
Could be. Wonder how many other things you missed.
They'll make themselves known. Hey, camera girl.
Yes, Gearface?
I found a use for this monkey wrench. I need to tighten up this clutch boss nut, and there's no way to hold this hub without damaging something. But if I put this sideways over here on the sprocket with a nice cheater bar, tell me if it gets to 50.
Close, close, close. Close. Oh, you're so close! I think you got it before it broke.
Found a use for the monkey wrench. Clutch is put back together along with everything else on this side except for the Kickstarter mechanism. Look at the positive change that we've made. So I'll put the new part in here. Maybe I should have put this in before the clutch. I got the Kickstarter installed. Got another chance to use the monkey wrench again too. It's time to put on this right side cover, but I don't have a gasket for it. It might work if I just use the goop, but there's a chance that this was engineered with the thickness of the gasket in mind, so this shaft might bottom out against here, or the water pump might go too far into this hole if I don't use a gasket. So I'll play it safe and buy one. While we wait for the gasket to arrive, I'll just set this cover on temporarily and put together the top end. Cylinder, head, not so fast. This is just the type of part that I would forget to install until after the cylinder head was completely tightened down. Now we can put on the new head gasket and the cylinder head. Feels good to be torquing down head bolts.
Does it feel as good as the shave that we get from the new razors that we ordered online? You can just sign up for just $12 a month and get razors
Nice
delivered
segue.
from...
This is a tool. We're not. 25 foot-pounds each. Time for the camshafts. I know we're getting close to being done because I just had my first little rush of excitement in wondering, how's it going to run? Camshafts are in, just need to put on the hat and put it in the motorcycle. Remember when we took this out?
I do.
I was doubtful if it would ever go back, but here we are. It's great. I don't know what I'm going to do with the motorcycle though, if it runs.
Ride it.
We're almost done now. Just need the carburetor, gas tank, plastics, seat. It's a motorcycle again, except for the gasket. All I need is a gasket and a miracle. I got the gasket, and I also made a mistake earlier today. The threads on this replacement Kickstarter mechanism were messed up and the bolt wouldn't go all the way in, so I thought I could just run a tap down there and fix it. But it got tight and I broke it. So while I'm in here, I'll take this out and make a reconstituted one from the replacement gear and the old shaft. I'm kind of embarrassed about this.
I'd be too.
I need to share it with you guys though.
A little too much of a tappy tap.
A different kind of tappy tap. So that's back in. Now the gasket and the cover. The last part to go on is the Kickstarter. And this isn't just ceremonious. I made a promise in my mind that I would not bolt on the Kickstarter until it had oil and coolant. Because I put together an engine and started it without remembering to put coolant in the radiators. The time has come.
I'm feeling excited. Do you feel excited?
I'm excited and I'm nervous because I've had this engine completely apart, so if it goes up in a ball of flame, I can only blame myself. My prediction is it will start, it will not leave a crater in the earth, but it won't run perfectly. The carburetor probably still needs some cleaning and adjustment, even though I did pickle it in some gas when we were working on the motor, and it's already leaking out the bottom of the carburetor.
Oh my.
Should we still try it though?
Yes, kick it.
We should say how many kicks.
How many?
Fourth kick, it goes.
Oh, I'm gonna go with 7.
New
Oh,
player.
okay, I think 10.
10. Not feeling very confident.
Are these hard to start?
We'll see. Two. Was that 4?
I think that was 3. I meant 4.
Now we're 1 kick behind. We'll never catch up. I lose. Might not start at all. Overall, I call that a success.
I think so.
It didn't blow up. There's still something going wrong with the carburetor though. It idles pretty good. There's no clattering in the engine. But when I try to give it gas, it cuts out and wants to die. That's either a clogged jet or the accelerator pump. Still got a little dribble down here, I see.
Shh, it's embarrassing.
Doesn't really matter though because it runs. Next video, we'll have the carburetor sorted out. We'll go for a ride. Thanks for watching.